How's it going, ScrubGamers? Welcome back to another video on ScrubGames, this time being a deck profile, going over the Yellow Zamasu Wish Leader from set 16. So first off, if you checked out my stream, you might have seen some of the gameplay of me testing it, trying it out, just like working out the deck list, see if I wanted to try, what things I wanted to include, and just seeing how the deck performs. If you didn't watch it, you can still do that, because I still have the VOD up on my Twitch. If you want to do that, go down in the description below and check out my Twitch. And also feel free to follow if you want to as well. But today, after a bit of testing yesterday, I've come up with a list that I feel comfortable with, that I'm enjoying, and I'm probably going to go stick with going further. So before we get into the list, first thing I want to do is shout out DBSCG Planet for being the best Dragon Ball Super card game deck builder in the game. Just be amazing. Having this nice way we can do it, like for videos, being a content creator view, also having like the hand randomizer, things like that, just always having the cards put on. Like today we got all the rest of the cards, because when it's going on the site, they get officially up, so you can go deck building. And so with this list, it's a nice yellow leader, and it's a new Wish one, which I am a big fan of Wish. Wish was quite fun, apart from the Shenron kind of stuff, that was horrible. Like with the Shenron VS kind of stuff, that was quite irritating. But apart from that, we have some nice Wish leaders, like the old Dendays, and this one's a nice new one as well. And it's like a new and improved one as well, because the fact that if you do use his ultimate on its on when you flip it over, when you finally wish, you don't flip back over, which is something really they all should have had. Just because you lose the Dragon Ball, so you can't do it again anyway. But it would be nice to just not have to flip over and just like the balls go back. Like this one's a lot more flavorful in its effects, and it's nice and easy to make it flip over as well. So on the front side of the leader, it's got an auto of when it attacks, you add up to 2 Dragon Ball cards from your deck and or life to your hand, and then you shuffle any areas that you look through as a skill. So you can look in your life, see if it's in your life, there's none in your life, go to your deck and have a look at your deck, and then just shuffle both areas. And the flip over, it's really nice in the fact that it doesn't require you to have all the balls, which is good. Like that's something that is an issue with Wish decks, where if you don't have the balls, you can't awaken, and some colours have a really hard time getting all the balls and drop. But with this Zamasu, its wish is when your life's at 3 or less, or there are 7 Dragon Ball cards in your drop area, you draw a card, then you place all Dragon Ball cards that are in your drop at the bottom of your deck in any order, and flip this card over. So a nice way to, if you can't get all the balls, which is easy enough to do, then you can still flip over at a certain life total. And then when you do flip over it now just has a single add to it main, where once per turn you choose one of 3 following effects. So you have a draw card, simple as. Don't need, the nice thing is you don't need to attack to get the draw, so you're not restricted by having to attack something, get the draw and interact. Then the other one is add up to 1 Dragon Ball card from your deck to your hand and shuffle your deck. So since you shuffle all 7 cards, all Dragon Balls in your drop back into your deck to flip over, you have the Dragon Balls to do that. The search out for it, so it means you can take different kind of Dragon Balls for what you want to choose, for what your strategy is, and as well as that, it filters through the deck a lot more, because even if you just grab a normal Dragon Ball, you're finning 2 rather than if you just draw a card, you're finning 1, because you're searching for the ball at your deck, so that's 1 card at your deck, then you're using that ball to then draw a card. So it's not easier to do that, the deck fin a bit quicker as well. And its ultimate one, which is remove 7 Dragon Ball cards from your drop area from the game. If you do, you play up to 1 Zamasu card with an entry cost of 2 or less and indestructible from your warp, and then this card gains triple attack for the turn. So that's fun. So you're giving your leader triple attack is kind of handy, that you don't gain any benefits really, but you get the indestructible Zamasu. And I think there's one decent target, and that's just the Eliminator, but at least then the Eliminator has the auto where it taps something and draws, so you're technically getting a draw, triple attack on your lead, and resting a battle card. So that's really strong. And good thing to note is that it's a Saiyan, God, and Shenron, so you got a little different text. Like you got all the Yellow Saiyan tech stuff that are in is in Icarus. You've got any god support, like you can play Hellas if you wanted to, and it's a Shenron, yellow Shenron leader, so you've got all those yellow Shenron or wish techs. And then with the list, so what I've gone for, if I've gone for a different split of Dragon Balls, I've gone for 3 of the Pronga Dragon Balls, because I like the Pronga Dragon Ball art rather than any of the normal Dragon Ball art, and I have them for, so it's a lot nicer to me. And then 4 Coercion. So if you didn't know, what Coercion does, it has a permanent where it gains Dragon Ball in all areas, and its activate main is if your leader card is a yellow Shenron Zamasu card or a yellow Shenron Goku Black card, so it's a player born either side of the lead. You choose one. You may choose one god card from your hand and send to your warp, and if you do, you draw 2 cards. So you can warp a god, any god, and then draw 2 cards, which is really handy. And then the Dragon Ball is just draw a card for free. And they're both 0 cost, so you're not paying energy to do this, which is quite handy. And the good thing about Coercion is the fact that it is a yellow extra card, so it gains that it fuels putting your post and Steadfast Goku and stuff to a lower cost because of the yellow extra card and drop. Granted, you do have to put them back when you flip over, but as long as you're playing it correctly, you can get it back with the leader's activate main to grab it, blah blah, put in the drop. It's really handy that way. And then the only user I'm playing is 2 of the SS Trunks Altering the Future, because it's just a standard, very strong unison. Like, you don't really care about the 3 cat players in this deck. And it's being a 20k dual attacker that can just every turn rest a battle card, and if it's 4 or less, negate the skills and KO it for removal, and then just be able to wipe your opponent's board with his -3. It's really handy, and it's probably one of the strongest outside of Meki in yellow. And then we've got a blue. We've got the blue-yellow package, because we're not going to go mono-yellow. We're going to go blue-yellow because it's got some interesting stuff in the set for blue-yellow. So the first one we got is our best check land for turn 1, which is Fuse Zamasu Exterminating Force, which is really almost all of the keywords. So it's got energy exhaust like all multicolors do. Has unique, so you can only have 1 on board at a time. Double strike, indestructible, meaning it can't be removed from the field by skills. Well, by your opponent's skills, and it has blocker as well. So it's got double strike if you want to put pressure. Indestructible means it's going to be very hard to get rid of, like extremely hard. And blocker to help defend, and you can just have EX evolve it for 1 blue, 1 yellow, or 2 of any other energy color on top of a blue Zamasu energy cost of 5. Very not too difficult to do. And it's got Aegis as well, which is a blue yellow, but it's once per turn. And the reason I say it's the best check on turn 1 is because it's permanent, where if your leader card is a Zamasu or Goku Black card, you negate this card's energy exhaust skill in all areas, which means turn 1, slap this down your energy, and you got it open to do something with. And now as auto, is when this card activates its Aegis blue-yellow skill, you draw a card, so Reminiscent of Bojack, be able to replace the card you discard if you discard a multicolor, but you also get to switch it to active mode. Fantastic. So you can use that blocker skill if you need be, and then you get to choose one of your opponent's cards and switch it to rest mode. So that's any card. That could be unison, maybe battle card, that could be leader card, energy, any card. So it doesn't have a barrier. So there's a nice bit of energy tapping, which is very good disruptor for this deck. And this is very easy to pull off. The only thing you gotta watch out for is against things like blue, because it doesn't have deflect. And then for the next multicolor card, we have Fuse Zamasu Divine Condemnation. So this is the 5-drop that is going to be, it's got like a pseudo rival effect that we're going to be easy bringing it out, and it's also more edges as well because it also has a lot of keyword skills with energy exhaust, unique, indestructible, and blocker. So the only thing it doesn't have from the 9-drop is double strike and less power. It also has Aegis, and its also is when this card activates Aegis blue-yellow skill, you choose the 20 opponent's non-leader cards to switch to rest mode. So the 9-drop can switch a leader card down, but then in yellow you normally swing with your lead first to avoid it getting tapped down by Zamasu super combo. And once again it's a non-leader card, so that's energy, unison, or battle card. And tapping energy down is crucial because unless you're blue, you don't have much management over your energy. And it's why I say it's like a pseudo rival is because of Activate Battle, which is for 1 blue and 1 yellow. If your leader card is a Zamasu or Goku Black card, and there's at least 1 Zamasu card and 1 Goku Black card in your combo area, play this card from your hand. So you just got to combo 2 cards, 1 Goku, Goku Black and 1 Zamasu, and you get Rival the Sim for 2 energy. And it's not too bad because then you could just straight up, if you're doing it defensively, trigger Aegis to untap those 2 energy you just paid for it, and then as well as that, you get the ult to tap something down. And we run 4 of each of these Zamasus because the 9-drop is just easy charging without it being rested, which is fantastic. And the 5-drop Zamasu is just more copies for Aegis, and so you can see you want to drop it as early as possible. And then we have the last one in Evercheck Land, being the Zamasu Eliminator. While it's not as great as it used to be, it's still very good. It still has a good counterplay. And the best thing about this is also check land. If you don't want to charge a 9-drop, or 9-drop, you can keep charging it. So this in tandem with a 9-drop allows, if you want to try out the overground package, you can very easily by having still have blue energy, but also having yellow, by charging these. And the best thing is it's the best target to bring out if you do the ultimate skill in your leader, to bring out a Zamasu, because as I said, it's also will come into play where it draws a card and taps a battle card down, which is really nice and really handy. And then we have, that is it for the multicolor cards. Then we have the Goku Black and Zamasu cards that we're going to be playing in the deck. So first one we're playing is Zamasu self-supported. This is really handy, easy value with coercion because it's a 2-cost, indestructible, and it's got 2 activate skills. First one, activate main, which is limit 1, meaning you can only activate this skill once across all copies of the card, and you got to pay 1 yellow. If your leader card is a Zamasu Goku Black card, add it cut from your warp to your hand from your warp. So you warp it with coercion. So the good thing about this turn 1 is charge like the Fuse Zamasu Exterminating Force, use coercion, warp the Zamasu, draw 2, and then tap one to grab that Zamasu back to hand, unless you've got a better turn 1 play. And its other skill is Activate Battle. Is a handy one to help reap back some cards if you feel like you're over comboing to get out and just want to get the Zamasu 5-drop out. And that is send this card and 1 Goku Black card from your combo area to your warp, draw a card. So yeah, as I said, if you're trying to get this Fuse Zamasu out, but you feel you're over comboing, you can just combo that with a Goku Black, play the Fuse Zamasu, then use the Zamasu in your combo area, just go warp and draw a card, and then you can always get him back from warp. Because the other one we have for the Goku Black is one of the SRs from the set, being SS Rose Goku Black Future on the Line. So it's got a nice little permanent that's only active in the battle area, where this card is also treated as blue. That's relevant because if you want to run the Tragedy Overground package. And it's got 3 skills. The first one is Zulto, where limit 1, once again meaning that you can only have this skill once across all copies of the card. If your leader card is yellow, when this card is played, you choose one of your opponent's non-leader cards and switch it to rest mode. So once again, as long as it's not a leader card, you can tap it, and as long as it's not got barrier as well. So that's more energy tapping. So this deck is a lot of energy tapping. Like if you watch my game on Twitch that I had yesterday when I was streaming, you'll see that I did a lot of tapping energy for one of my games. And then it's also got an activate main, which for one energy of any colour, you send this card from to its owner's warp. It's got to be on field for this. You draw a card and then choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So nice bit of removal plus a draw. And the easy way to play it, which is really nice to get advantage off that coercion as well, is it's activate battle for 2 energy. If you have 2 or more blue and or yellow cards in your battle area and or combo area, you play this card from your hand or warp. So the nice thing is you can set that straight in your warp, and by playing it from your warp for 2 energy, you're playing this card. So you're playing a free card that's not losing any advantage from your hand because you're playing it from your warp, and then you get the auto trigger to tap down one of your opponent's non-leader cards, which is amazing. So added pressure and more resting, especially in your opponent's turn when they're attacking. Brings that from your warp, tap down the last energy, which I did once in one of the games as well. And we play 4 copies. Just want to see him to like warp off coercion and get the most value off of it. And then the last Goku Black card we have, well, Goku Black and Zamasu card, is Goku Black Unforeseen Darkness. So we're playing in multicolour, and the aim is to get multicolour in the energy. And it's just a fantastic card that if you don't, say if you got Coercion but you don't have a god, or a god you want to warp from your hand with it, you can always just play Goku Black, end the turn, draw 2 cards, ditch the Coercion, and untap an energy. And it's nice energy manipulation, and a nice 15k body to attack with as well. Just great value to help. And that's why we're running 60, because you've got so much draw, like almost everything draws and replaces itself, that you're going to go through your deck quite quickly, and you can max out on loads of good techs. And then now we're going to get to the boring part really, which is as you know, in the current meta, yellow is always really the same because yellow is just a good stuffed up deck. So we're running a playset of Goku Steadfast Resistance. It's a great card. Make like a crusher ball with a draw, with a body and a blocker, and easily put down to 1 in this deck because you've got Coercion being a yellow extra card. Easy enough. And then 3 Turtles, because it's just nice removal, or removal plus a draw, or extra removal to get through things. And it's live as turn 3, and yellow has a good way to defend and survive until at least turn 3. Then we have another card, Repose, fantastic defense. I think almost every colour, I think every colour does. Have like a floodgate negate that is very strong, and Repose is that one for yellow. So we're playing 4 copies. It's just a nice 15k body and great defense to help survive. And then we have Bergamo. It's limited to 1 for a reason, because that's how strong it is. And since you can easily get the Zamasu down and being indestructible means it's very hard to remove. I mean, the easiest things to remove it are anything like red, because of its power reduction, which gets through it and makes it removed by game mechanic. And yellow having the ability to negate skills to remove things. But it's very easy to trigger it with these the Aegis on these Zamasu as well, because you trigger it at Aegis, they're able to trigger the tap sync down, and then Bergamo is instantly playable. So we're definitely putting in our 1 copy that we're allowed to play in. And interesting enough, with Wish decks, it's not guaranteed you can awaken a higher life, and it's not guaranteed you'll go down to 4 life. So for super combo, we want to go for a sparking one. So we've gone for Divine Kyberus. It's another god. If you like ever have the need to get Coercion, give it a target for Coercion and Warp. But also, so it's a god. So if you want to play any extra text, etc. for god stuff, then that's viable. And with the balls, it's always easy to get Sparking 5, really. And then our one ever tech being Frieza Divine Transformation, a very strong card. I was running it too for when we go later games, but I need to make space for other cards, so we just got still 1 tech. This is probably the card you can probably change the most in the deck, but I like having that 1 copy. If one gets to turn 5, if it gets that far, while having all this other stuff, like your Zamasu stuff, you just shut this down. Now you've got Aegis live, and this is a also never very hard to remove blocker, and also if your opponent uses any counters when you're attacking and the turn you drop it, you're resting 2 more things and keeping them tapped down. In a secret choice, I've gone for Time Patrol Maiden, because it's nice to stop all your opponent's battle cards, and as I said with yellow, when you get a yellow deck, mostly you swing with your leader if you need to swing with it to draw, because you don't want to get tapped down by Zamasu Super Combo, because most people think if it's a yellow deck that's running that. And it shuts off all battle cards attacks for the turn. It's very nice. And also it's very easy to pull this off, because you've got so many little things you can pay for cheap, pay easily, to make this a 0 cost. Because it includes you're building your board. If your opponent's building a board, this makes Pan even more useful and even cheaper. And just having that effect potentially to steal something on your opponent's board, a battle card, is fantastic as well. And then that is it all for the battle cards. Now we have the ever extra cards that aren't the balls. First off, we have Easy Staple in yellow, Power Super Saiyan, Busted card. Can be played for free, plays itself and helps rest more things. Then we have 2 Final Flash, just shutting off effects. Like, it's probably the best ISR in the game at the moment, with like Cell just behind it. Just shutting off effects and giving a 15k boost as well is great, especially when you got to deal with things through barrier. Shut it off and then kill it with like turtles and stuff once you've shut off the barrier. And the last card being the newest addition from the set as well, being Realm of the Gods Black Kamehameha. So every colour got one of these. They're almost like the ISRs, but a little bit different. Like most of them draw. I think it's only like green that doesn't get you a draw, it gets you a discard instead. Which makes your opponent's discard plus something else. And this one is probably the best one. For one, it doesn't require, like the rest of them, to have your leader and energy all the same colour. Just needs your leader to be yellow, which is where you can see how much Bandai favor yellow. And either during your turn, if you play it, you can you gain 10k no matter what on a battle. And the good thing about this over the ISIs is it chooses any card, whereas ISIs don't work on unisons. So you get 10k no matter what. If it's your turn, you get to choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, KO it, so extra removal there. But if it's your opponent's turn, not only do you get 10k, you draw a card, and then choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards and rest them. So that's fantastic. Just extra resting. Like, so much defense in yellow. It's insane that they released this card for yellow. Like, you just see from the just generic good yellow cards how much they favor yellow. But this is the deck. This is my list if you want to give it a try. I'm still working on it, but this is what I'm comfortable with at the moment. I was trying the Overground package, but it felt more cloggy than it did helpful. But then it was my first time trying it. I might try and see if I can work on a build focusing more on Overground. But I like this nonetheless, just being a good like yellow control deck, like controlling, like just keeping your opponent's energy rested, like just reducing the amount of energy you've got each turn. That's been it for today. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below if there's any things that, any changes, or any questions you have about the deck, or any advice. Happy to take it on, look through it, and reply, and just work on it. Because we're a community, we've got to work together. And lastly, feel free to subscribe if you want to keep updated from videos like this from me. I try to do a lot of deck profiles, doing some more discussion, and trying to get more gameplay out as well. And also it helps me get to my goal of 1,000 subs, which I'm a quarter way there. And by clicking the notification bell if you are subscribed, keeps you updated with me with an alert when my videos drop. And I'm trying now to do more of a schedule of when I drop things people are aware. So if you want to try and see me play a bit more of this, come back every Thursday. I stream every Thursday for Dragon Ball and Tuesday for Pokemon Unite. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.